Good morning. It is Monday, July 19th, 2021, back here for Bed Talk 343. And the topic today is impact. In particular, I want to talk about our conversations and whether or not our conversations are focused on impact or instead on behavior and judgments. What I know and what I've seen is typically our conversations with others, especially when something gets off course or goes wrong, is it focus on the behaviors. This is what someone did, or this is what they said, or this is something they didn't do or didn't say. Or we focus on the judgments that we've made of them because of those behaviors. You didn't do this, you didn't say that, or you said this or did something a certain way. And because of this, I have feelings about you. I think you're unkind, uncaring. I think you're negligent. I think you're lazy. But the key here is to make a fundamental shift. And this shift is simple, but often challenging because our habits are around behaviors and judgments. And frankly, they're easier. But the impact is ultimately what matters most. So, my invitation is to start shifting your conversations from judgments and behaviors to the impact, in particular, the impact on you. So, let's talk about a specific example. This came up just recently in a conversation with a client. There was an opportunity to have someone get really honest with someone they worked with, and they did. And what they shared is that they felt like, and here's the behavior they described as withholding information, not being fully open and honest. Now, that could be a behavior. That's certainly what they experienced. But the real question is, now I could judge to say, you're not open, you're not honest, right? That's so that here's the behavior, and I'm going to judge you that way. But when I asked the question of the person, I said, what's the impact on you from this other person's behavior? And they said, ultimately, I feel like they don't trust me. The impact is I feel like you don't trust me. That was a challenging conversation, but it was important to be had because what I believe ultimately drives changes in behavior and a commitment to that change is attention to and caring about the impact. If someone doesn't care about the impact that they create, there's a bigger problem. But if they do care, the impact conversation is more likely to touch not only the change in the behavior, but the why in the change. Because if someone doesn't want to create the impact that they created, the opportunity, the choice is to change what they're doing, to change the behavior in order to change, eliminate, or minimize the impact. So in this case, what I'm talking about is instead of going to someone and saying, you did this or didn't do this or said it this way, and because of that, this is what I think about you, the judgments, to instead share something like, when you did this, the impact on me was this. Could be, in this case, I feel like you don't trust me. Another possible answer is the impact is it makes my job more difficult. It took me longer to get this done. When you didn't communicate this to me early enough or clearly enough, the impact on me was it slowed down the process. We didn't get to serve a customer as well as we could. It impacted our culture, our trust levels in general. The impact conversations are what matter because everything is about impact. If we're not thinking about impact and we're not leading with a mindset of focus on impact, we're missing the opportunities. So try it on. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I have seen this transform relationships, trust levels, cultures, productivity, performance, you name it. It's time to shift our conversations away from behaviors and judgments and to get to what really matters, the impact. That's it for today. Keep taking care of yourself and everyone around you. And by all means, stay connected.